Here we go then, welcome back to the Pokemon League World Championship. It's the battle between Geeta and Paul. For Geeta, we have Espathra, Avalugg, Chestnut, Dragapult, Glamora, and Kingambit. And for Paul, we have Weavile, Garchomp, Gyarados, Metagross, Gliscor, and Electivire. As we lead with Espathra for Geeta, it's Weavile for Paul. Throatrop nearly takes Espathra down, barely takes on 3%, Dazzling Gleam, just under half of Weavile's health gone there. As we go for Swords Dance with Weavile, ready for the switch, in comes the Terraflying Kingambit, and Brick Break very well resisted by a very bulky Flying type Kingambit there, who takes Weavile down. In comes the Electivire, Kingambit takes a super effective Supercell Slam, Cosmo Cleave does over half of Electivire's health. Down to 41% now. In comes the Chestnut, a well played switch from Geeta to resist the Supercell Slam. Ice Punch. Chestnut takes it well, but it's frozen! And that could be big. And that could be Chestnut out of commission for this battle. Bulk up from Electivire ready for the switch, missing the cross drop on the Avalugg that comes in for Geeta. Earthquake will take Electivire down. As in comes the Gyarados, and On Tempo will block the Intimidate drop. As in comes Dragon Dance from Gyarados, and his Curse for Avalugg, countering each other with these stat changes here. Avalanche will be doubled in power, because Outrage does not do much damage to Avalugg. Massive damage from Avalanche into Gyarados. The second one will be able to take the Gyarados down. In comes the Metagross, a Steel type against an Ice type. Usually not a good matchup. But Meteor Mash isn't enough to take the Avalugg down, and Earthquake isn't enough to finish off the Metagross. And now Meteor Mash will finish off Avalugg, and this Metagross has double physical attack. A very scary Pokemon now. Fire Blast will not miss, and deal with a major threat in Metagross there. In comes the Garchomp. Dragon Dance will not be enough to take Garchomp down here. A low roll on the second hit as well. Outrage will one-shot the Dragapult. Paul could be back in this now. In comes the Glamora. Going for the spiky shield will protect against the Outrage that's coming in. And it will damage the Garchomp. In comes the Kingambit, Supreme Overlord. And completely immune to the Earthquake, ready for it. Outrage will take the Kingambit down. Back in comes Glamora. As we go for spiky shield again. Garchomp locked into Outrage. That will activate Spiky Shield and take it down. That's very smart from Geeta to try and regain momentum in this battle. But in comes the Gliscor. Dazzling Gleam will not be enough to take Gliscor down. Brings it down to not even a third of its health. Earthquake will one-shot the Glamora. As Gliscor is now poisoned by its own Toxic Orb, but that's okay because of Poison Heal. Espathra on very low health. Lumina Crash won't be enough to take Gliscor down. X's finishes off Espathra, and this comeback should be all but guaranteed for Paul, as it is just a frozen Chestnut left. Dual Wing Beat takes it out. It's one Pokemon for Paul, who just comes back against Geeta. Gliscor wipes the floor with half of Geeta's team, and it's over. And Paul with a great comeback there wins this battle by just the one Pokemon, and that is a bulky Swords Dance Gliscor with Poison Heal. That is how you use Gliscor, and that is very scary of how well that Gliscor just did. That was very impressive from that Gliscor to be able to take the hit so well. And that Ice Punch really was critical, because Chestnut could do nothing against this Gliscor. It was completely frozen. A statue against a Swords Dance Gliscor with Dual Wing Beat. Chestnut stood no chance in that situation. And Paul comes out on top of this battle after being behind for pretty much the entire battle there, since the start. And Paul comes back to steal it by one Pokemon in Gliscor.